I've gotten a taste of what it means to be privileged. Things
Mm.
that I would hear about all the time in the US, and it's like, man, like it's crazy.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Melanated Files. If you guys check out the screen, you'll see that something different is going on today, okay? This is the Black Experience Stories TV. All right, so I want you guys to be aware that we also have this arm of the Black Experience Japan. So this is the international arm. And if you guys are anywhere in the world, a Black person, all right, and you have a story to share, please reach out to us at info@blackxjp.com. Right? Today we have Rahmaan Phillip with us from the USA, residing in Vietnam since last year, right? He moved during COVID-19, right? So people are still moving, people are still traveling. So it's also possible for you as well. So we're going to get into Ramons Story right now. Right. Also, follow us on social media and find us on Clubhouse at the Black XJP. Rahmaan, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
All right. So tell us your story. Give us some backstory, your background, I should say. You came from the USA last year, right? Why the move to Vietnam? Why Vietnam of all places?
So I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and
Okay.
I have been a professional musician exclusively since 2010. And I just needed a change. And my girlfriend came with me with the idea to come to Vietnam around September 2019. And the country wasn't even on my radar, but she started to tell me things about it and how different the quality of life is, how much more affordable things are. So I just figured, let me take a chance and see what it's about.
Okay, so she's Vietnamese, right?
No, she's American.
Okay, so she has been to Vietnam before.
No, she hasn't.
Okay.
She was doing a lot of research. She wanted to teach abroad and just experience something different. So,
okay, so she did all the research. She discovered Vietnam. She relayed the information to you, and then you fell in love with the idea, and then you decided to move.
Yeah,
Sounded
as
kind of
easy
like
as that.
sounded like me and my wife, because I was the one that proposed Japan. All right, she never had any idea about this whole process and this whole thing. I know we've been here almost 5 years now, so it seems like you're in a similar vein there, right? So okay, so what were your initial impressions of Vietnam before you touched down?
Well, my family is actually from Trinidad, so I've been there a bunch of times, and I wasn't, I guess, reluctant to try something outside of what I'm familiar with in the US. And I always wanted to leave. I always knew that there was something more for me out there. And I figured it, if nothing else, it's just a good starting point. So I really embraced the idea. I was excited.
Okay. So what has Vietnam been like so far? You never knew what this country was about. You finally touched down. Tell me about it. Because when I went to Vietnam, like the first thing that hit me was the prices. I was like, okay, the prices can't be real. These prices can't be real. So tell me about your first impression.
So when I got off the plane, of course, it's beautiful. Coming from the desert of Vegas, it's green. I live right between a river and the ocean. It's all coastline. Get out, it's busy city, people driving mopeds everywhere. It looks completely foreign. And me, with my American mindset, I assumed that everybody was going to speak a little bit of English. I was so wrong. So I remember walking around and trying to communicate with people, and I realized, like, oh man, like I'm seriously like in a part of the world that has nothing to do with my culture. And at first, people were like staring at me, and that made me a little uncomfortable. Then I realized it's not because of anything bad. It's just because, you don't really see 6'2" Black men with dreadlocks walking down the street every day.
Okay.
And once I got over the little culture shock after I'd say like the first 2 weeks, I've been in love with it. It's like you said, so affordable. Like you don't really need health insurance, for instance, because you
Okay.
could afford to pay for a doctor's visit. The food is amazing. It's so hard to eat well in the States. It's just so expensive. Rent is crazy cheap. And overall, the lifestyle, there's just more of a cultural emphasis on well-being, like your soul. Yeah.
So tell me about your profession in Vietnam. What do you do in Vietnam? And also before even that, well, tell me that first. And then what was it like moving during COVID-19?
Currently, yes, I'm teaching at an international school, and I'm also performing. I came
Okay.
out here. The plan was to just stay for a couple of months, and I was supposed to go back to the States and play some gigs, actually with Lady Gaga and a few other acts.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah, the time came around and the borders were closed, so we had to stay.